Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you all. What a long, hot week it has been. You have done tremendously well, even though your classrooms have been boiling this week. You've kept on working hard. You've tried your best to keep cool and keep hydrated, like me. And you've actually produced some amazing work. Now, in this week's assembly on Friday, normally we have a run through of some super work, but today I've got a little bit of work to share with you. But then I want to show you some of the entrants for our inter-house art competition, because I thought you'd like to see them before they went off for judging. But before we do that, I have had from Mrs. Scrimshaw some really lovely work that she wanted to share. And in year 5, they're learning about how plants reproduce, and they're going to learn 3 different ways that plants can reproduce. And the first way that they're looking at is how flowering plants reproduce, which really fits in with our assembly work on bees this week. And so the children have dissected a real flower to identify the different parts of the flower and the important job that each of those parts does to support pollination and the reproduction of more flowering plants. So then they had to write up their work and create a label diagram of a flower showing all of those parts. So I've got a few to show you because the children worked really, really hard, and Mrs. Scrimshaw was very pleased with them. So Lissy, this is your work. I think this is lovely. So here's your diagram. Oh, you got a merit for that, Lissy, of your beautiful flower. It looks a bit like a lily, and I can see that you've labelled all of those parts beautifully, including where those seeds, those eggs are, the ovary, and of course the pollen has to get from the stamen to the stigma and then travel down to the ovary, just like I showed you in the books in assembly this week. So well done, Lissy. And then we have Steph, and Steph loves everything to do with the outdoors. And Steph, your work's beautiful. You've added a lot there of your own knowledge about the different parts of the flower. And I can tell from reading that you've really understood the purpose of the different parts of the flower. So well done to you, Seth. And Nicholas. Here's Nicholas's flower. And Nicholas, you did a close-up here. This is the stigma, isn't it, with the ovary at the bottom. And you've shown how the pollen needs to get down to the ovary where the eggs are to fertilise those and create more reproduction and more flowers, more seeds there. So well done to Nicholas. And last one is Felicity. I had a great time with Felicity this week in a reading lesson where we were sharing a Michael Morpurgo text. It was lovely sitting next to you, Felicity, and having a chat about the author's use of language. And again, you have done a really super, very scientific piece of work here, explaining all of the different parts of the flower. So fabulous work from Mrs. Scrimshaw's class. I know that she could have chosen all of you. She was really pleased with the work that you produced. So well done, year 5. Okay, shall we have a look at some artwork? So if you remember, the theme is, what is the theme? It's to do with imagination, isn't it? And fantasy. Your task to enter the competition was to draw something, somewhere, someone, with a fantasy element. So you could really use your imaginations and draw something really imaginative, creative and beautiful. So let's have a look at some of the entrants. So first up, we have, this looks a nice place to be. This is Amelia's entrance. There we are. That looks a lovely toadstool world. In fact, toadstools and mushrooms are a bit of a theme in quite a few of these. So well done, Amelia. Oh, we have like a computer world here. This is from James. All looks kind of pixelated there. An exciting, almost Minecrafty place to be. So well done, James. We have a mythical creature here. It looks like a cross between a snake and a dragon with those scales and those spines on the back there. Look at those fangs. So well done to Isaac for designing this fantasy creature. We'll keep going. This one's marvellous. This one is Tyler's, and he's done a real kind of a 3D job here of a fantasy world. The magical green castle, and he's drawn his castle He's added all of the creatures, and I love the fact that it goes all the way around to the back. So he's drawn the back as well with all these fantasy creatures, and it even has inside some more creatures. We've got knights, we've got monsters, and they're all coming out of the magical green castle. So Tyler, you're a really good artist. I think that's spectacular, and well done for doing the front and back. I think that makes that really unique. Then we have, oh, this is dragons. Who did this one? Oh, can I find a name? Oh, I'm not sure who drew this one now.
James Allen.
Oh, James, thank you, Miss Horsfall. Yes, of course, because you came to give me this, James. Here we are. We've got some flying fantasy dragons there. I can see them breathing fire. A really imaginative drawing. And from imaginative to very beautiful. Amelia in year 3. This one's yours. I love the apple tree or the cherry tree. I love the sparkly golden rain, perhaps it is. It's a very pretty fantasy world, that one, and somewhere that I'd love to go. Look at that. Stars in the sky and glittery golden rain. What a magical place. Well done, Amelia. A really lovely one here, that this has been done by Ava in year 3. And this is made, I think, Ava, you've used stencils here to create lots and lots of fantasy figures. We have castles, unicorns, wizards, fairies, all sorts going on there. And you've taken real care at home to draw and colour in absolutely beautifully. And this one all folds up neatly into a little package as well. So it's a surprise when you open it. So well done, Ava. Here we go, the Magic Mushroom Land from Isla. Here's mushrooms, toadstools again. Isla, I love the idea of little homes being made out of toadstools and then strung with fairy lights. That's so pretty, so imaginative. And we've got some lovely tall flowers there and a lovely blue sky. So well done to Isla. I don't envy your task, Year 6, judging these. I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Wow, this is really detailed, this one. This one's Isabella's. And she was really pleased with this drawing. It's got all sorts of detail on her magical world. I think it's a fairy village. So she's drawn a whole village there with different houses, different things for the fairies to do. A lovely fantasy land. We'll keep going. Another lovely fantasy land. This is Mihail's in year 3. And it looks like it's a land of trees. And if we look at each of these trees, they've all got a different expression on them. Some look angry, some sad, and some happy. So Mihail's fantasy world of trees. And then Mihail's sister, Sarah, has also chosen a toadstool theme. Isn't it interesting how the same elements keep coming up? And this one's really lovely. This is Sarah's toadstool world. Have a look at that. Look at the detail on there that Sarah's added in. Every centimetre of the picture has something going on in it. And again, she's got toadstools that have been made into homes there. And some little sequins as well that she's added on to make it extra sparkly and beautiful. Well done. What else do we have? We have Candyland. Some interesting sugarcane trees from James in year 6. Well done, James. And a lovely sailing boat there. And oh, and then we've got 2 excuse me, large entrants by Violet, who's done 2 beautiful canvases, imaginative canvases. Look at this one. That's so imaginative, isn't it? Look at all the colours made up of feathers and roses. Just a lovely fantasy idea there from Violet. That's her first one that she's putting into the competition. So that must have taken ages, Violet, sticking all those beautiful feathers on. Well done to you, Violet, in year 5. And Violet's second entry to the competition is this one, which is really lovely, isn't it? Again, we've got roses down here and some foliage there. We've got a toadstool. Look at that. And there's a little dining room just under the toadstool set for dinner. And right at the top, maybe she's going to have her dinner there. A gorgeous fairy with glitter wings that sparkle in the light. So well done, Violet. And well done for doing 2 different entries. That's super duper. We have here Oh, from year one, we've got unicorns, and I like a unicorn cat there. And this one is from Holly. So well done, Holly, in year one. They're lovely creatures that you've coloured in there. We have Juno's, looks like a bit of a rainbow land here, with a lovely tree, again, full of blossom. And we've got a rainbow just behind, which is lovely. And it looks like a robin as well. And I'm not sure whether this is this an F for Freya? Because we are gathering funds for every entrant has paid 50 pence towards Freya's Just Giving page, so that's really lovely. So I love that, Juno, it's really pretty. Then we have an exploding world here. This one is Will's, and it looks like there's an explosion going on there in Will's Fantasyland. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to visit that one, but it's very imaginative, Will. Well done, and thank you very much for taking part, Will. And then we have, this is Tiana's in year 3, and Tiana's done something really creative. She's created a world out of a box. And have a look at that. Have a look at all the detail there. I think we have got mushroom homes there. We've even got some jelly rings and some rainbows. And you can see there that Tiana's taken a great deal of care and effort to make her, she's called it Freya's Friendship Field. And she says, Freya's Friendship Field is where friendly dragons breathe rainbows. How lovely. It rains glitter bombs, and if they hit you, you shimmer for 10 minutes. Fairies and dragons meet on the Friendship Bracelet bench, where they make each other laugh, smile, and feel happy. And in the field, juicy sweet flowers grow, and it sunshines all the time. Now, don't worry, Tiana, I've got your gate here, because there is a gate into this world, into Freya's Friendship Field, and that just goes at the bottom there, so I'm going to stick that on. So well done, Tiana, for putting all that effort into there. I can see the bench there, the Friendship Bracelet bench, and also for explaining your choices of what you've got on there on the back. I think you've done a stunning job with that. I know how excited you were to bring that in, so well done to Tiana. And then I think the last one I've got to go over here to pick it up. This is, I think it's Dougie, and I think it was Archie. Dougie and Archie, and Mrs. Clegg. So Mrs. Clegg, you've joined in with an entry, and here we've got a fantasy 3D castle. Just look at the detail on there. Look at the towers and the turrets and the battlements on there. Goodness me, that's a fantastic fantasy piece of art. A really superb model there. That must have taken ages and great creativity. And it's a really solid structure as well. It even has a drawbridge there at the bottom. Can you see that I can put up or put down? It's been attached there with string. So well done, Dougie and Archie. And a little bit of support there from Mrs. Clegg. Thanks for joining in, Mrs. Clegg. So all of these entries and any more that are handed in today are going to go down to year 6, and the heads of houses are going to judge them and then let us know who the winners are, and then we can give the prizes out. But to anybody and everybody who joined in, thank you. Thank you for taking the care to do that, and thank you for making your 50 pence contributions, which is all going to such a good cause. You are brilliant. Well done to all our fantasy artists today. Have a lovely weekend, everybody, and I'll see you really soon. Bye for now. Bye.